MEC of Infrastructure Development and Property Management, Tasneem Motara, SAICI President 2021, Michelle Krishendot, SAICI Johannesburg Branch Chair, Zinat Gore, all SAICI members, and everyone in attendance. I would like to welcome you all to this event and all protocols observed. I would like to ask my presentation to be shared if that's possible. And while we're waiting for my presentation to be shared, thank you, Ntombi, for that introduction. I don't think I have to introduce myself again. Can we please have my presentation up? Or can I share it from my side if there's a delay? Can you all see my presentation?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay, just one. Okay, so into today's presentation, I'm going to quickly do an introduction, give you a brief history about women in hard hats, talk about SAICI young members, challenges that we are facing as young people, and some of the solutions that we think are worthwhile to some of our challenges in our group. Women in Hard Hats is a SAICI Johannesburg branch initiative that was started in 2016 by a group of young engineers. Sorry about that, but it was started by a group of young engineers from the SAICI Johannesburg branch. The idea was to empower students and graduates entering into the industry by connecting them to industry professionals that have walked the same road. This year, we decided that as SAICI National, as SAICI young members, let's take it nationally so that you can reach other students that would ordinarily not be able to attend, because the event normally was conducted live in Johannesburg. So I'm hoping that in attendance now, it's people from all over the country that can benefit from the wisdom that's going to come from this engagement. The SAICI young members were a voluntary committee composed of young engineers from the civil engineering industry. The SAICI Young Members Committee seeks to unify civil engineering professionals and encourage ultimately a standard and cultural, strict professional and ethical behavior among all SAICI members. On our database, we have about 11,000 members, and 40% of that is people that we consider as millennials or below the age of 36. So that's a significant number, and I think our voice in discussions is very important. As SAICI young members, we have coined an acronym called JMPDR. JMPDR stands for jobs, mentorship, professional registration and development. We see these as the key drivers to what are the challenges young people are facing. Once you have qualified as a young person, the first thing that you want is a job. Once you have secured employment and the dignity that comes with employment, you need mentorship. Mentorship is very important because this is a stepping stone towards your registration as a professional. The ultimate goal is to register as a professional and add to the skills deficit of the country. And we find that a lot of candidates are stuck in that candidate's phase. But with this acronym, we think it kind of embodies some of the challenges that we are facing as young civil engineers. And we want the industry also to remember this acronym as a reminder every time they ask what are the challenges that are facing young people. It's JMPDR. There's also youth in business. There's also people that have the gift of entrepreneurship. We recognize their efforts as well of looking for meaningful work in the industry. The industry is experience-based, but it doesn't have to marginalize youth to menial tasks on infrastructure projects. We want to see youth designing hospitals, schools, clinics, libraries, all this public infrastructure, and being given opportunities to partner with big business. I think it's very important. We all know we're going through a pandemic and it's reaping havoc throughout the country. This has obviously affected infrastructure spent and built in the country. And it has also affected companies that would normally hire these young people. So you find a lot of young people are unemployed. And this is the challenge. In South Africa, 11% of engineers registered with the Engineering Council are female. The number of registered youth is even lower. It reiterates the fact of people spending 10 years being candidate engineers, JMPDR. Of course, we can't dwell on the challenges. We also have to look to the solutions. We feel that government and industry can assist young people. The best gift you can give the young engineers to ensure that they're registered professionally. It is a win for the country and the communities that we live in. And it also addresses the skills deficit. Young people must be involved in decision making. We need young engineers to be empowered to take up seats in managerial roles where decisions are made about their future. Government and industry must create a conducive environment that encourages young people to grow and be retained in the industry. It breaks our heart to see that young people will go and develop other countries, yet South Africa needs the skills. So the environment is very important for these young seeds to thrive. We feel young people must also provide solutions to their own problems. As young people, we must focus on being the best at what we do. We must focus on being the best seed and take up available opportunities to study, learn, increase knowledge base. Join organizations like SAICI with 100 years of knowledge. It's very important that you also align yourself and diversify your career. Young people's involvement is important as the future custodians. Young people must also thrive to be proactive and take the lead. The backseat is not for young people. I think as Africans, we have taken the backseat for a long time. And it's time that we now start to be active. The CEO of SAICI speaks of the concept of social entrepreneurship in the latest SAICI issue magazine. I want young people to read that article. It's thought-provoking, and it talks about social entrepreneurship as a business that generates profits while seeking to generate positive social impact. As I conclude, the youth are the future custodians of South Africa's infrastructure. They should be supported in their personal and professional development. It's very important that seniors also come to the party. And it's very important that young people introduce yourself to senior people who will mentor you in business and in your personal life and in your professional life. We need to do more to balance gender representation, diversity, and inclusivity in our industry. Women in HardHats must not be an August issue. We must sensitize everyone all the time. And this event must continue to evolve and we achieve balance. I thank